recruitment numbers are getting to be records, that they're at levels that we haven't seen in many, many years. For the Army, the Navy, Air Force, Marines, the whole thing, the recruitment numbers you're probably hearing, they're at records, so we're really happy about that. Thank you. Thank you.
And welcome back to RSBN Live. I'm Robert McNeely from Auburn, Alabama, the friendliest village on the plains. And there's a live shot now of Air Force One as President Trump just boarded the 757 en route from Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland, outside of our nation's capital, to the Winter White House, Mar-a-Lago, for a working weekend. And of course, on Sunday, he will be in attendance and likely leading as the marshal car and the head car, if you're not familiar with the great American race, the Daytona 500. So it'll be exciting to see him back on the track. He has done that before in his limo in the Beast, and it's an iconic American moment for all to celebrate, just as he celebrated as the first sitting U.S. president last week to attend a Super Bowl, Super Bowl 59, and as he was en route to New Orleans from Palm Beach International Airport aboard Air Force One. They went over the international waters now known as the Gulf of America. The pilot calling it over the speaker systems, and then President Trump signing that executive order. So very, very exciting times for America. 25 days into the new administration, and we will watch as President Trump departs for Mar-a-Lago. An exciting time, I'm sure, this weekend to get through a number of different things. We'll also have playback of the executive orders to show you that he recently signed in the White House. But this has been a massive amount of news this week, meeting with Prime Minister Modi, and of course Vice President Vance did that overseas in Paris for the AI summit. And then the Vice President this morning as well, having a Munich Security Conference meeting, speaking to them about the principles of free speech and the importance of listening to your citizens and preserving Western democracy and fighting against illegal immigration in your respective countries and continent, especially within Europe. So he did not mince words there, but did so peacefully and patriotically to counter parts overseas. So of course there you see Air Force One. President Trump is on board en route to the Winter White House, Mar-a-Lago. Very excited to see what he'll be doing this weekend in order to accomplish that MAGA agenda, a mandate that was put forth by the American people back in November of 2024. So just a few short months ago. As we're celebrating Valentine's Day this weekend, we hope that you're able to get together with friends and family and those you love and breathe that sigh of relief that at the top of the ticket and his second in command are building a government that is not only bipartisan, but is accountable to the American people. And we saw that he was taking some questions from press there. It was a little bit loud, so it wasn't as clear in my ear of what was necessarily discussed. I'm sure it was surrounding some of the earlier EOs that were signed, as well as Kash Patel getting out of the Judiciary Committee yesterday, a vote of 12-10, and Mr. Grassley, the president pro tempore and chairman of that Senate committee, so eloquent about what Kash had done. He has been a fighter, a public defender, representing the accused against the power of the state. He's been a congressional staffer investigating the partisan weaponization of our legal system, and he served in key national security roles protecting Americans from foreign enemies. The ranking member, Dick Durbin of Illinois, really tried to trash Kash Patel's record. It did not work. He actually held up Government Gangsters, the extraordinary book by Kash Patel. Of course, he worked with Devin Nunes, the True Social CEO and former congressman, in order to expose Crossfire Hurricane and the deep state work with the Steele dossier and Hillary Clinton spying on the campaign. But I digress. We know that Russia was an absolute hoax, and that President Trump has been putting up with so much lawfare, as well with his family, for countless years now. I mean, Don Jr. and Eric Trump, perhaps no one has been subpoenaed as much as those two gentlemen that have really represented the Trump name so well and running the Trump organization ethically and with so much vigor and candor on this beautiful Friday, nearly 3:30 on the East Coast in your nation's capital. I'm Robert McNeely. It's a pleasure for all of you to join us here on the right side of history as we are live looking at Air Force One about to take off for the Winter White House, Mar-a-Lago. We will go to that live as the plane starts to taxi. Very excited to see that beautiful shot of that 757 and President Trump speaking to the press right before he boarded Air Force One. Always a joy to watch the work of the Marines and the Air Force to transport our 47th Commander-in-Chief. As you saw those Marine helicopters coming in, there are 3 in total with that flight that takes place from the South Lawn of the White House to Joint Base Andrews. And then that goes into, of course, the base there. And we'll go there live now as Air Force One now taxiing en route to the Winter White House.